Hey everybody, welcome back from break. I hope you're feeling rested and ready to dive into the final stretch of this semester. I wanted to really quickly help connect units 3, 4, and 5 by just making this quick video for you. So in unit 3, you dove into audience analysis, really kind of started to think about your topic. And now in units 4 and 5, you're gonna learn about persuasive speaking strategies in order to advocate for a cause. So you're going to connect what you learned about how to consider audiences and preparing for your presentations. You'll learn how to craft compelling oral arguments, and you'll also explore how delivery can enhance your persuasive speaking goals or your advocacy goals. So to kick this work off, I want you to again think about what you explored in Unit 3 and audience in general, right? And I want you to connect that to these final 2 persuasive speeches. So your first persuasive speech is that of it's a dispositional persuasive speech. So you're going to be aiming to get your audience to accept your position. And this sometimes means just getting folks motivated and hyped because they already hold your position. But for this particular assignment, you're going to try to change the attitudes, values, or beliefs of your audience to accept your position. So this means that you're going to need to kind of think about what audience you want to change the minds of, right? So I give an example in the email that I sent out earlier about advocating for rent control policies. And since many of us live in Minneapolis and all of us are connected to Minneapolis, let's just say in this case, we're going to be creating a message aimed at the Minneapolis Mayor, Jacob Fry, right? So you want to change his mind to support the rent control legislation or policy that the city council has already passed in former city council work. So that message, right? Like you're not just making a message that appeals to folks that already agree with you or are on the same side. You're trying to get someone who doesn't agree with you to accept your position, right? You're not trying to move them to action. That's for speech 4. You're just trying to get someone to accept your position, right? You're trying to change their minds about something. So that's speech 3. And in order to do that, I want you to select a hypothetical audience. And you'll post that hypothetical audience to the speech 3 audience forum. And then, so that's speech 3. And then you're going to move on to speech 4, which will be in the next unit, which is a speech of actuation, right? So a speech of actuation is trying to get an audience to accept your position and take action, right? And the audience for that speech is your actual audience, your group mates, the folks that are going to watch your presentation in the speech 4 forum. And so if we continued with this rent control example, you're going to ask your audience, your fellow classmates to do something, right? Maybe it's sign a petition. Maybe it's to write a message to the mayor, right? Whatever it is, you're going to try to get them to commit to taking an action. And so hopefully that helps you to understand the difference between speech 3 and speech 4, how audience comes to play in both of them, and how you can use the same topic for both speech 3 and for speech 4. So you have some activities that you're going to do in unit 4 that support speech 3, your dispositional speech, and then your audience survey, which hopefully all of you have been thinking about after you were done with unit 3. That will be due at the end of this unit in preparation for our last unit and for speech 4. Hopefully that helps kind of pull all these things together, the big picture approach to this unit, and just keep an eye on the weekly announcements. They'll help you keep on pace for the activities that are due each week. For example, for this week, you'll want to make sure to review your speech 3 assignment description. You're going to want to make sure that your persuasive speech example that's posted, that you view that and then complete the persuasive speech response activity that goes along with that. And then post your speech 3 thesis details, your topic details, and your hypothetical audience. And finally, you'll complete a few inquisitives to make sure you're kind of set on persuasive speaking strategies. Now, remember, the inquisitive due dates are soft due dates. They are just meant to keep you on pace. Complete them on your own when it works for you. Hopefully that's helpful, and I am very excited to see the topics you're going to choose and your plans for speech 3 and for speech 4. All right, thank you, everybody.